But when it comes down to, and I'm looking here, it says proprietary solution to help dealers save up to 75% of their credit card processing fees without disrupting CSI. What does that look like from where the rubber meets the road? What does that mean? You go into a store and are you swapping out hardware? Are you like, what does that actually look like? And what is the potential disruption that you're seeing to CSI in current models?
So great questions, twofold. So first things first, we want to create some awareness with the dealer body on how much are you spending.
Right.
And so on average, every $100 that gets spent, $2 of it goes to credit card processing. But what's interesting is that in 2010, with the Dodd-Frank Act, they started regulating debit card costs to the businesses. But your credit card processor doesn't want you to know that. So they're not in the current hardware you have. Typically, you don't have an opportunity for the customer to put in a PIN, all these various things, because they basically don't want you to see under the hood. And so when we do these webinars and start teaching people, it's hard to say, but there's probably 60% of dealers that don't even know what they're spending, right? It comes out every month. It's not line itemed on their financial statement. It's just in outside services. It's being debited at the busiest time of the month for the controller. And so when we survey the dealers, they say, I haven't looked at it in 6 months, or I don't know the last time I looked at it, right? And
Right.
So now there's some that know their numbers and think there's nothing they can do about it. So the first thing we want to do is make sure we create that awareness on, look, how much are you spending? Even if you don't go with a second provider, you should get a second opinion. You may need more updated machines. For example, if you don't have a chip reader these days, you are going to get penalized for it because there's a higher level of risk. So that's just one thing that dealers need to know, that they could be saving money right off the rip. And then from there, we actually do bring in brand new machines, and that is required for our program, or frankly, any other program that's synonymous, is that the machines themselves are backed by a US patent, and they differentiate between credit card and a debit card. And that's part of the regulations and the Dodd-Frank Act. And there was even a Supreme Court case and a class action lawsuit. These are all really important components. And so the machines themselves differentiate between credit and debit because you're not legally allowed to add a surcharge or a 3% cost on top of a debit card.